Hello, my beautiful people, and welcome to the first Monday in May, fashion's biggest night, the Met Gala. I'm your host, Nisa, and I'm here to talk about this year's theme. Our chairs for the evening are Beyonce, who personally I'm really excited to see because my girl has not been there in 10 freaking years. There's also Nicole Kidman, Venus Williams, and Anna Wintour. Our honorary chairs are Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez, who are sponsoring the event, and the host committee is Anthony Vaccarello of Saint Laurent, Zoe Kravitz, Sabrina Carpenter, and Doja Cat, just to name a few. In this video, we're exploring how this year's theme, costume art, transforms the human form into a living masterpiece, where the body itself becomes the art, not just what's worn on it. We'll dive into the exhibition section, the artists collaborating on the event, and the iconic runway references I'm dying to see on the Met steps. Let's begin. The conversation revolves around this question: is fashion art, and is art fashion? How can we view art through fashion? As Andrew Bolton explains, I wanted to present fashion as a lens with which to look at art. This year's exhibition, Costume Art, curated by Andrew Bolton, explores the dress body as a legitimate art form, essentially a deep dive into the relationship between fashion and the human body. Featuring over 400 objects, the exhibition juxtaposes fashion with sculpture and painting to highlight the connection between clothing and the physical form. While we usually think of the Met Gala as fancy dresses, Bolton challenges the idea that fashion only attains the status of art when displayed artistically on a mannequin. Instead, Bolton argues that fashion is a vibrant embodied art form that exists through its connection to the living, moving human body. It investigates how the body isn't just a hanger for clothes. It's a core part of the artwork itself. As Bolton says, the idea was to put the body back into discussion about art and fashion, and to embrace the body rather than remove it as a way of elevating fashion to an art form. The exhibition is divided into three main sections. We have the classical and naked body. Think marble statues coming to life. The overlooked body, focusing on the pregnant and aging form. And the anatomical/mortal body, exploring biology, the veins, skeletons, muscles, the nervous system, and even the beauty of decay. While the exhibition is the what, the dress code is the how. The official theme, Fashion is Art, encourages the guests to view their bodies as blank canvases and their outfits as a medium for artistic expression. Because of this, expect designers to lean into surrealism, sculptural silhouettes, and avant-garde concepts rather than traditional evening gowns. At least that's the hope. This shouldn't be about just pretty dresses and nice suits. It's a deep dive into the dress body as both a physical and conceptual canvas. With sections dedicated to the pregnant and aging and mortal form, we may see celebrities use this opportunity to use fashion as social and political statements. The goal is to stop looking at fashion as just clothing and start seeing the dress body as a literal masterpiece. Several artists are directly connected to this year's exhibition. First up, we have Samar Hijazi, a Palestinian-Canadian artist who has been commissioned to create mirror heads for the mannequins. As Bolton explains, the mirrored faces allow viewers to see themselves reflected, encouraging empathy and connection with the bodies on display. The exhibition will also incorporate real cast bodies, challenging traditional beauty standards and expanding representation. Next, we have Amy Sherald, known for her iconic portraits of African Americans in everyday settings, brings a powerful sense of identity and realism to the conversation. Next, we have Shabalala Self, known for her mixed media depictions of Black female figures, using paint, fabric, and found materials to exaggerate and celebrate the body. Speaking of Black art and Black artists, imagine if someone showed up as Annie Lee's Blue Mondays piece. Victor and Rolf already has a collection from fall 2005 as models dressed as beds. That would be a perfect combination of using art and fashion. And lastly, we have Anna Wyant, also on the host committee, creates surreal, slightly distorted portraits of young women, capturing a world that feels both dreamlike and eerily familiar. When we think as fashion as art, there are some iconic references that designers can pull from or get design inspiration from. First up, Mugler, my favorite personally. To me, Mugler is a must, especially as on Secta, where the human body morphs into another species, or Lashimor, an infamous gown with its mix of scales, feathers, and crystals. And of course, you cannot forget the iconic robot suit. Perfect reference for the anatomical body, mapping out muscle and structure through chrome and plexiglass. Shout out to Zendaya. With Samar Hijazi's mirrored mannequins, we could even see Paco Rabanne inspired looks, especially giving the house connections to surrealist influences like Salvador Dali in the fall 2023 collection, in which Paco Rabanne paid tribute to the artist. Speaking of Dali, Schiaparelli could easily dominate the night. Schiaparelli transforms red carpet dressing by crafting surrealist, museum quality designs that position celebrities as living works of wearable art. From the tears dress, the death suit inspired by Dali's fascination with the body as a cabinet, the house already lives at the intersection of art and fashion. We might also see Anthony Vaccarello referencing Yves Saint Laurent and Claude Lelaine's sculptural body cast and the Mondrian look. Also, Alexander McQueen's iconic spine corsets. I also love to see references to Umberto Bocchini, the Italian futurist painter and sculptor who captured movement and the body in motion. Imagine that being translated through Iris van Herpen, turning those fluid, fragmented forms into wearable sculptures, or even Albrecht Dürer's anatomical drawings reimagined as muscle-mapped garments. Designers like Comme des Garçons from the 1997 collection continue reshaping the body through padding and structure, creating forms the human body doesn't naturally have, similar to Hans Belmer's Surrealist dolls. Think of Seurat, Sunday on Le Grande Jatte paired with an 1883 walking dress, showing how bustled padding was a sculpting of its time. We could also see references to Yves Klein anthropometries using the female body as a human brush seen through Phoebe Philow's era at Celine. There's Hussein Chilean's Fall 2000 collection, where furniture transformed into clothing. There's Madame Grey sculptural dresses, or Louise Bourgeau's fabric sculptures showing the body distorted through emotion. Even performance artists like Delarc, who explores the body through technology, could inspire futuristic interpretation. All these references might sound niche, but they all connect back to one idea: the body being reimagined, reshaped, and completely redefined. This is where fashion stops being clothing and becomes art. Different art movements could also shape the Met Steps. Rococo Romance might bring playful, opulent 18th century silhouettes. Think Vivienne Westwood. Yves Saint Laurent Galliano for Dior Fall 2005. Victor and Rolf Spring 2005. Baroque and Renaissance influences could echo dramatic sculptural grandeur energy via Christian Lacroix, or reminiscent of the Heavenly Bodies era. Impressionism and pop art may appear through graphic references like Galliano's Spring 2007 with Claude Monet, or Versace Spring 1991 with Andy Warhol. And you cannot forget the biggest one, Surrealism. Arguably the most fitting, could dominate through Schiaparelli, Moschino by Jeremy Scott, Iris van Herpen, Loewe, or even Victor and Rolf from the Spring-Summer 2023 collection. Guests could even arrive as literal pieces of art. Think frames, canvases, or living sculptures, or even a blank slate being transformed into real time. Like in Victor and Rolf 2015, there's Moschino, their 2020 Picasso collection, or even the Margiela Artisanal 2023 show. I really do hope we see the Met Steps used as a stage for performance art. Think Alexander McQueen's 1999 spray painting moment, or Copernic's spray-on dress in 2023. There's also Unrealage Spring 2022 digital show, even Victor and Rolf Spring's 2026 couture show, where they were literally dressing the models live. These moments blur the line between creation and presentation. This theme demands risk, and risk need to be taken. My thoughts, personally, I just don't want anyone to play it safe, because I don't think this theme is about being safe. I think it means to stand out and be creative and be loud and take a risk. It's about literally becoming an art piece. It's about pushing the boundaries and exploring the body as a canvas, becoming something bigger than we could ever even imagine. Wearable art should feel alive and not just worn. It should act as a living and breathing extension of the human form, blurring the line between creator and creation, between the body and the medium itself. What are your thoughts on this year's theme? Is fashion art, and can art be fashion? Let me know in the comments. And as always, I'll see you at the polls. Bye!